Welcome to Bethlehem Area Public Library's YouTube page. This month's Do-It-Yourself Kit for Adults is our Decoupage Flowerpot. All the materials in your kit are sponsored by friends of the library. In your kit, you will find a decorative napkin, a white terracotta pot, a sheet of plastic wrap, a small container of Mod Podge outdoor sealant, and a sponge brush. Not included in the kit is a pair of scissors. So feel free to gather your materials and let's get started. For your first step, you're going to take your decorative napkin and you're going to unfold it. And you'll notice that the napkin has multiple plies, meaning layers. And you're just going to take the top layer, which is the decorative part, and you're going to separate it from the other parts. That's the first part. And you'll just double check. This napkin does have another layer. These are 3-ply napkins. So you're gonna go ahead and take that second layer and you're gonna peel that away very delicately so that your decorative portion does not rip. Once you do this, you're going to take your printed part of the napkin and set it to the side. Now, if you have a larger terracotta pot, you might want to use the whole napkin layer. But if you have just a small terracotta pot like this, you're going to notice you're not going to need this whole napkin layer. So what you're going to do is you're just going to cut one portion of your napkin out so that you don't have a lot of extra napkin to worry about as you're using the Mod Podge. So go ahead and just cut out that one quadrant for your terracotta pot. Dipping your sponge brush into the Mod Podge, you're going to go ahead and apply just a thin layer to your pot. And you're going to make sure it goes all the way around, and you're going to see that it is shiny, and that's how you know you've reached all the areas. And you're just going to do it right below the rim of the terracotta pot, like so. Putting the back part of your napkin, you're going to place it onto the terracotta pot like so, with the edge of that napkin covering the rim of the bottom of the rim of the terracotta pot. This is a tricky part because it is a napkin, and so it can tear if you're not careful. So just make sure you are constantly just tugging away to make sure that the napkin stays flat along the surface. This might take a few tries. Once you see that your napkin is adhered onto your pot, you're going to want to cut off the excess napkin like so. It's okay if a little bit of the napkin hangs off. That's all right. What you don't want to do is cut it so short that you begin to see the terracotta pot underneath. Once you have your napkin adhered to your terracotta pot, you're going to take another layer of Mod Podge and you're just going to layer it right over. It is going to look white at first, but that's okay because this does seal clear, okay? So not only is this going to seal your pot, but it's also going to dry in a transparent way, so you won't be able to see the white marks, okay? And just so that you are cognizant of the fact that you are working with a napkin, and so it is likely to tear, which is why you're going to use a small sheet of plastic wrap and kind of dab it just around the pot so that you can make sure that the design stays sealed and stays clear right on there, okay? So go ahead and take your plastic wrap and just put it on right afterwards. When you take your plastic wrap off, and again, the reason you use that plastic wrap is so that your fingers don't tear apart the napkin, you're going to see that it is wet, and it's going to be wet for a little while. So you're going to want to wait 20 to 30 minutes for your Mod Podge to completely dry. If you found there were extra layers kind of hanging off your flower pot, you could strategically rip them away, or since no one sees the bottom of your pot, you could just Mod Podge the bottom. So just go ahead and wait 20 to 30 minutes for your terracotta pot to dry. And there you have it, your Decoupage flower pot is ready. If you're going to be putting blooms in, you do want to make sure you seal the entire terracotta pot with Mod Podge outdoor sealant. That is what we used for the rest of this craft. But you could also seal the inside too if you plan on doing any more design. So I hope you all enjoyed this workshop, and stay tuned to Bethlehem Area Public Library's page for more do-it-yourself activities.